Do you remember when Toy Story came out in 1995? The story of a single mother who buys her son a Buzz Lightyear toy for him to love on as he plays with that toy joyously. Well, now you can have that experience with a $600 Toy Story robot toy from RoboSen. But wait, there's more. We just found out about a $900 Lightyear toy, and it's for a movie that I'm pretty sure you didn't watch. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me from a remote location is Mr. VashSky. Vash, how's it going today?
It is going very, very well, actually. Yes, remote indeed. I will say, just got done with Dollywood. I am very impressed. So, I am in a joyous mood. And while I was at Dollywood, I actually saw a tweet of this figure that we're going to be discussing today. And I thought, wow, who would ever pay for this? And then we discovered just a treasure trove of different figures on sale.
Oh, yeah. Well, we should talk about this company, RoboSen, who does amazing things that you would never trust a child to play with here. First of all, they do have a Grimlock figure that auto transforms. Let's see, there's an Optimus Prime that auto transforms. There's a different form of Optimus Prime here, Bumblebee G1. Did I mention Megatron that actually turns into a tank? But we're here today. The focus of this video is the Toy Story Buzz Lightyear robot. This one says "Real life, real joy." I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a hard time here, Roboson. Joy is abiding happiness. Happiness is happenstance. It's when you're given a nice meal. It's like, hey, that was a good meal. Joy is an abiding feeling of happiness. You might describe that as a childlike wonder. This to me is a $600 robot that you would never hand to a child here. Look at this. It has robot actuation technologies, AI software technologies. Looks like they're up to here to Optimus Prime now here. Excuse me. Let's switch back to, nope, still going with Optimus Prime here in advertising that trailer kit. My goodness, guys, we're trying to show off your robot here. Vash, you've got a video of it. Can you show us the $600 robot before we get to the much more expensive one that even fewer people are going to want to buy?
It's absolutely incredible, and yes, I can. Here we go. This was the promotional video for what is being described as this $600 figure by so eloquently by Jonas. Let's go ahead and play the video.
I love that it's the 1995 style graphics. Look at
Yes.
that. Oh man. And they still don't get the mouth animation quite right. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. This is impressive from a technological standpoint. He's doing a lot of things that he walks like one of those Optimus robots from Tesla that it's not quite a full stride. This is impressive in many ways, but it's also not something that you would ever let a child touch. Incredible
No.
reality. Toys are meant to be loved. I think that's kind of the point of Toy Story here. I'm really kind of at a loss for words beyond that idea here. This is sitting on someone's desk, obviously an animator's desk, and that's the kind of thing that the kind of context that I would expect to see something like this. Someone who's like a senior Pixar executive, someone who has lots of discretionary spending and wants a conversation piece, as opposed to something that you would show to a child and the child would have joy at the idea of playing with it. There may be a case for letting a teenager play with something like this so they can learn about animation on some level. I don't think it's going to be animation on the level that they do over there at Pixar. By the way, it should be Bonnie, right? Right? Bonnie is the new
Oh,
name they put on there. I'm just kidding. Obviously, at 600
definitely.
bucks, you can go for that old school. But let's go over here to the purchase page. And yes, this thing is $600. Highly lifelike with movable eyes, mouth, and walking motion. 23 smart joints for natural movement and high playability. Immersive voice interaction with 34 commands and 200 plus original audio clips. Programming with app and web platform. I'm just going to say it. You got about 5 minutes of this with a child if you hand them the phone in order to play with it before they switch over to Candy Crush. It's just kind of the truth of how children play with things like this.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. I thought, Vash, is this an amount of money that you would ever fathom having a child play with something like this? Or would you buy something like this for $600?
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. I'm struggling to find somebody who would actually buy something like this. To be honest, now here's the thing, Jonas. Because Toy Story is one of the most profitable franchises in terms of consumer products for the Walt Disney Company, I can kind of imagine putting out a toy like this and it finding some market. I'm not sure what, but I can kind of theorize. Okay, well, popular franchise. There's going to be somebody out there who is a big Lightyear fan, a Buzz Lightyear fan, that is. Especially given that Buzz Lightyear toys back in the day sold so well. I remember having 2 or 3 myself, actually. So if somebody was looking to recapture that childhood through a toy like this, but obviously for the modern era, okay, maybe I can really see this. But we're going to be transitioning to our next part of our story here.
Because you already know. You already know where I'm going here. I thought,
yes.
I'll go over here and I'll click on Disney. And I'm looking and I'm seeing, apparently this is not a brand new product. I mean, it is a brand new product, but they've got one for the Lightyear that no one watched. Over here, let's look. The Robos and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Alpha for $900. This one is based off of the Pixar flop that Bob Chapek was saddled with. I'm not gonna give Bob Chapek blame for this one, except that I should give Bob Chapek blame for this one. The ultra authentic Buzz Lightyear design, smart conversational and voice interaction. That's funny. Smart conversational and voice interaction. That sounds like that was written in a foreign language and then translated. Dual steam nozzles and customizable LED jetpack, app control, and multiple programming modes. Let's take a look here if we can find a video of this. My goodness. And by the way, this was not years ago that this came out. This came out 10 months ago. Let's play this video here. It does, I mean, for the designers of the toy, it does look like Buzz Lightyear in Lightyear, if you recognize that as Lightyear. He's accusing you. He's telling you that you need to get rid of your privilege. He does go to infinity and beyond. And he appears to be attached to a stand right there. I think that's actually interesting to me, because he seems like the kind of toy that you wouldn't hand to a kid. And if he's on a stand, it automatically shows in its design that it would be attached to a stand. Obviously, he can't walk in that. He can have a more natural walking motion because he wouldn't actually be propelling himself by it, but it at least tells people where they stand, as opposed to, I don't know, it still bugs me. A $600 toy, you don't give that to a child. That's at $600. That needs to be the kind of thing that this child pulls out in 30 years and says, hey, I'm going to get this thing out of the closet again and relive my childhood memories. I think this thing, by the way, it has a 2-year extended warranty on it. The RoboSen one right here, 2-year extended warranty for $100. So this thing is not sticking around very long. I don't get it, Vash. Is this a toy? Is this something that is supposed to inspire joy, or is this something that is supposed to keep the depression away for about a month?
Oh, see, here's the thing. This is where I struggle with finding the market for this specific product right here. Again, if you're looking to reclaim your nostalgia for the original 1995 film, or maybe some of its closer sequels, it's like, okay, well, maybe that works. But something like Lightyear doesn't make any sense on any level. Like you said, that video that was produced for that came out 10 months ago. We can assume that the product was released around that time. Who would ever buy that, especially so far from release? I can imagine like some promotional tie-in when the film was new. But we're almost 2.5 years removed at this point from that from that film. And so I don't know why you would even produce something like that, much less attempt to sell that on the market. By the way, $8.99. It can be yours to own. Is there any other products within this company's inventory that like is sold out? Maybe.
No, that one appears to still be available. I'm
Mhm.
trying to look. Most of the there's a lot of Transformers and things like that. They have a product line called the K1 series. By the way, I need to say this. Robosen, what you're doing is very impressive. And I'm sorry it sounds like you're going to get stuck with a lot of stock on this. I don't know how much you manufacture these things for. I don't know if Disney has paid the entire bill. So there could be a model here for Robosen that works from a financial standpoint. I just I think this is the kind of thing where they're headline chasing at the Walt Disney Company more than they are actually producing a product that people want. I think this is the kind of thing that you put on the Disney Parks blog so that you can say that you're a technology company rather than actually inspiring joy in children. By the way, Lightyear came out June 17th, 2022. So yes, more than 2 years ago is when the version for the nearly $1,000 Lightyear. By the way, that was not with tax. We need to throw this to our commenters here because $600. Okay, that's a lot for a toy, and it's a lot for a PS5. I'm just going to be frank. And this thing is probably not going to give you as much entertainment as a PS5 either. You can have more fun with your kids with a PS5 for $600 than you can with a toy like this. Vash, you have anything you want to throw in before we wrap this up?
This is incredibly expensive. I don't find myself indulging in buying this outright, that's for sure. But like I said before, like the original franchise was unbelievably successful as a consumer products driver. This is why the parks actually took on the Toy Story brand throughout the various theme parks, not just under Disney's sole control, but also too its proprietors in Asia and Paris and Tokyo even and so forth. So like it's a huge franchise, and so yeah, I can expect to see premium figurines like this. But Lightyear, no, that's not really. I don't think it's going to be moving the needle on anybody's accord. So why would you even develop that, especially so late in the game? I have no idea. People were fired over Lightyear. You got to remember that. So why would you even attempt to sell a consumer product based on that franchise so late removed? Doesn't make any sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to you, our kind viewers at home. Please let us know in the comment section down below what you think about all of this, and would you buy a Lightyear inspired action figure or maybe a Buzz Lightyear action figure? Maybe you, looking at this at home, might think that the lower price point for an actual Buzz Lightyear might be a better fit than maybe the Lightyear inspired figure. Who knows? If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to That Park Place for all the news. It should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.